that how you throw so far? Big biceps.
I'm gonna use my full 30 seconds here.
Oh yeah.
These bounces get a lot of flack, but oh my god, I was smashed.
How do I get as many steroids as you take?
If I was on steroids, I would hope I don't look like this.
Welcome to the DDO. We have
Heck yeah.
probably one of the most anticipated guests. Just because we want someone who's jacked on the channel always.
Hey.
We're gonna just do a practice on DDO. I got some questions. I'm interested a lot of how Ezra has come into the game. Sweet. And the way that he approaches fitness and professionalism. So,
thanks, man.
And you've had a good year this year so far.
Appreciate it.
How
Yeah.
have you felt about it?
It's been solid now. It started off really slow.
Yeah.
The first two events just
it's
did
still
not.
Kind of early season.
Did not exactly. It is. Yeah. Did not play well, and then thankfully popped off back-to-back weekends and got a couple podiums. So that was really nice. The last two events haven't been great, but they've been kind of just hanging in now. So I'm just excited to be on the True AB's channel. This might be the longest hole one on 2-all, I think. OB on the left and the right, and it's always super windy.
You play 2 or 1 off the top?
Let's do 2. Let's do 2. This is a new disc. I'm putting a Gossage disc in the bag to see how it flies. New glass.
That is smoky. Wow.
Wow,
I thought the wind would do a lot more to bring that back to the left.
it might be just enough left to right to kind of keep it on the right side. That also did not fly
Well,
nearly
this looks
as
like a
well
right to left over here. Ew. Yeah, it's a right to left.
I'm so glad we did 2 off the top.
What the heck?
Yeah, it's so good. Mine like got pushed
I thought
right.
I would just throw it closer to you. Oh yeah.
Don't
Wow.
go OB.
Well, it's that. Wow,
What
way
a
wider.
lucky dig.
What?
Oh no.
All right, I don't think I know what my disc
Now that was headwind. Now it's headwind on you.
I'm so confused.
The wind is half the battle. Nice.
All right, yesterday we learned how discs fly at this elevation. Now we're learning how they fly in the wind. I think I need to throw way more stable, way more consistently. You going for 3?
It's tempting. It really is tempting. This is like, I don't know if I got far enough off the tee shot. I think I maybe need to go, what did I need to go, like flex shot? I'm just gonna go chip. I'm trying to play golf today, you know, this is a big match. Pretty important to get this, try to get the dub.
It's also very intimidating the way that I've thrown the first couple shots, so.
The second one was pretty good.
Is that golf green or does that say, oh, it's perfect?
This wind is just like half the battle every time at this tournament.
Yeah. I know last year they played in May, so it wasn't this windy.
Right, yeah.
Have you played the tournament here when it is this windy?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, there was one year where, I think maybe it was the year that we had the World Championship and the DDO. Mm-hmm. And it was like, I think maybe even more windy than this, probably it's one of the days.
How does that change kind of your game plan for it?
You have to just throw super almost stable on every single shot.
Yeah.
And then pray to God that you don't get bad skips and bad wind bounces.
That's fair. I was throwing a lot of straight shots yesterday and being really comfortable with it, and I don't think I threw my overstable driver. I think I threw it like twice.
Okay.
So today's gonna be a different story.
I think one of the things, like this off season, I was working a lot on like some more Anheuser releases.
Yeah.
So now it's a little bit easier for me to like trust the Anheuser angle flat with like a super beefy disc and still get some flat out of it.
Would you throw a hyzer here, or would you try to play in the inside, or would you lay up?
This wind is so scaly, so I don't think I'd even go for it, even if I was in this spot. Oh boy. Oh, well, I went far.
Come
Holy
on.
smokes.
Skip.
That might actually be okay.
Skip. If the wind pushed it up, that might be safe.
That might be safe. That's wild. You almost threw it onto that little disc golf course.
I thought I was gonna ace like hole 4 at Hammond or something. If I save a bogey from that, it's gonna be something.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
How many discs do you think are in your bag right now that if you, no wind, threw them on like 15 degrees of hyzer, would turn at all? Or are they all just so beefy right now?
You know, I keep my bag pretty similar actually, so yeah. I don't really change a whole lot from tournament to tournament. So I probably still have maybe like 7 or 8 discs that would flip. We also just got back from Northwood, so I had to have flippy discs from that tournament.
You just kind of don't throw them now?
Like I threw passion so many holes at Northwood, and now on this course I'll maybe throw it. I might throw it on the next hole, but there might be 2 shots where I throw it.
Yeah.
So, and then I also like threw a nuke maybe like 2 times the whole event, and now it's gonna be like every hole's gonna be a nuke or nuke less. See if we can get this close. Oh, I didn't throw it hard enough. I'm gonna be OB. Oh no. Oh.
If it gets one of those knife skips, you should be pretty good.
It might be okay. Yeah, it might be a putt.
How did you choose to develop your game? Well, when did you start playing, and how did you get into it?
I started playing back in 2014. I was helping my dad with my brothers on a rental house. What did you say?
You look like an ace run from back there,
Oh.
I think. I don't know.
And yeah, so we were just like helping our dad walk around one of the rental houses. We went to like this park to eat cantaloupe for lunch. and they must have just put in like a disc golf course, just like a small one, kind of like this one over here on the side of the road that you almost aced.
It's closer than you want.
And anyway, we saw some people playing disc golf, I guess, and we didn't know what it was, but we thought it looked fun. We went out with like an ultimate frisbee and like one disc that I think my brother went out before at some point and played. We just kind of started like that. Didn't get really into it on a play side until much later, but I started watching like jump and stuff right away.
Oh, this is a pretty steep hill.
This is huge, right? Oh, it's like a wall.
Dang. I threw it the right distance though, that's for sure.
Yeah. Honestly though, I might have caught, you know. I think you hit right here.
Yeah.
And then rolled out. Yeah.
What generous guy.
Because it was like, look at it's cement. And with this wind, it had to skip. I can't call it against you.
You know, benefit to the player, you know?
Exactly. That's exactly how that wheel works. Dude, we need spottles for these practice rounds.
Honestly. Good layout.
You only started playing recently, like, pretty recently, right?
Yeah, well, the first time I ever touched the disc was 2022.
2022, wow,
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty good. Oh, these baskets, man, and the other basket that would catch. These baskets get a lot of flack, but I like them. I was talking with Anthony Borella, and we were talking about the baskets. He's like, yeah, it's like I heard it's like you and I are like the only ones that like these baskets because like it spits everyone else's out. And I think it catches Yuli's discs too.
Yeah, well, Yuli just doesn't spit out ever, he said.
Yeah, because he just putts like this. 7.
I think so, right?
I got a 5. This wind is going to be so hard to read too.
Yeah, so it's a 7, right?
Yeah, you got 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
It feels like it should be an 8 because I threw a B twice.
Well, one hole in, I'm trying to get strokes already by cheating. That's crazy.
7's better than I thought I would do after
That's not bad, yeah. This is where some people might get kind of sneaky and go like way right side and just throw it over the trees, but
Jake Wolf.
that guy's game is wild. It's so entertaining to watch. Man, one of the nice things about Northwoods is I threw like 5 forehands the whole weekend, so my arm is like fresh.
Oh, nice.
Mill Ridge in Nashville with so many forehands, I feel like my arm just died. We threw way too many. Like in fact,
is there any way that you do arm care when you feel like that? Just continue lifting so you're using it, and well, you do hypertrophy. I want to talk to you about this like later in depth, but your hypertrophy, I'm sure, saves your tendons a lot compared to some other people who do lifting slightly different.
Probably does. I think that is one of the biggest benefits of lifting in general, is just kind of protecting all that stuff.
I think the wind's honestly pretty good for a turnover. It's a little scary though.
Hold.
Oh gosh. It's not good for a turnover.
That's the scary thing with the backhand.
What am I doing?
I've done that a few times in tournaments.
It's far.
It is far. Have you tried roller on this hole? Oh, well, it doesn't go very far if it hits the tree.
Did you play baseball or any like rotational sports?
I played baseball when I was 8 years old for like a month, and then I gave up on it, so no.
That's probably it.
Yeah. I mean, I played golf, and like a golf swing is more of a forehand rotation. Yeah. So maybe that's part of it. But my forehand technique's also not like pinnacle. It's not top tier. It's just okay. Jake Wolf now. Talk to him about forehand. He's got the forehand.
He throws it so differently. He does. I've noticed one of the things that he does that I don't think a lot of other people do is put his forearm in a very optimal position. Like, because a lot of people will start here with the wrist, but he kind of like he has it to where like if your forearm is like flex, it's going to be here, and so it's probably most stable in that position. He starts kind of there.
That is interesting observation.
This is kind of the wind to get up and down from here. I need to not throw shots out of bounds, probably.
That, honestly, hey man, that's like probably the best piece of advice you could give anyone to play who's playing this event.
Oh, I think that's going to be OB again. For a forehand or backhand into the screen?
You know, I prefer the forehand usually. I think I'm going to stick with that today. I got backhand before, sometimes, depending on the wind, because like that backdoor route is actually pretty in play. But the forehand is just so wide open, and as long as you throw it stable enough, it should skip back and never be OB, so. Oh, I didn't throw it any enough. It's also super short. Should have gone nuke.
Ooh, no skip.
Better maybe? I don't know.
That was weird.
Oh! I needed a little bit more drop. I knew it was high though, I can't complain. I can't blame the wind on that putt.
So what got you into wanting to become professional?
You know, I was actually doing real estate out of high school. I wanted to be like just a super rich like real estate mogul guy.
And now you're super rich disc golf guy.
Not quite, but I did that for like a year, the real estate stuff, flipping houses, a lot of manual work, a lot of stress with trying to sell the houses. and I realized it's not worth it at that point in my life. I was 18, 19 at the time. And I was like, I should probably just do something a little bit more enjoyable while I'm young. If I want to make money when I'm 50, I can do it when I'm 50. So that's when I kind of thought that I could maybe do disc golf. I was also a little bit delusional. I thought I was way better at disc golf than I was at the time. And so I had like some, I guess not technically false confidence, because I mean, obviously I'm on 2-0 now.
Yeah. I think people don't realize the skill gap, because they see the scores, and then like the local pro come and play their course and they'll shoot 12 under, and they're like, I've shot 9 before.
Right.
But it's the difference in like the quality of courses that you come and play here. It's so much like shooting a 12 here versus your local course is a big difference.
Big difference, yeah. Well, and we were also just like delusional to the point too, what we would see, there'd be like a par 3 that's 500 feet on Jomez, and we'd be like, well, that obviously isn't the right distance. Like obviously it's only 350 or whatever it was. So I was pretty dumb back in the day, but 470 down the hill.
Guys.
This is actually probably the best wind for this course too. To have like a tailwind or right to left wind on this hole, or left to right, I guess, on this hole. Yeah, this course changes so much depending on the different wind direction, but. Skip. Oh man,
that's nice.
A little bit shorter grass would have been great.
I think in this one, it's like almost has to be a forehand.
Right.
Like trying to throw a turnover through this is so tricky.
Yeah. There you go. Stable up a little bit. That was a good shot.
Think I'm safe?
I think so.
How do you prefer to practice for these events? You'd like to come, like kind of what does your week look like?
My week looks pretty boring. I don't know, it's pretty repetitive, pretty simple, like an hour of field work a day. So I try to get like 150 shots in. I'll do a practice round and I'll do like an hour of putting as well. And practice rounds are usually pretty chill. I don't really keep score usually in practice rounds. You've got the one with Brody that I usually do for YouTube. Kind of trying to figure the course out, get the shot dialed in. Not super serious, you know, we played a practice round yesterday and we were kind of goofing off the whole time as far as just keeping the vibe kind of light.
What does your workout plan look like during the week?
And I also try to keep that super consistent too. So that's one of the questions I get asked a lot, is if I walk out like during tournament weeks. And I try to walk out 5 or 6 days every single week, even if I have a tournament.
Yeah.
I feel like that's really important as far as not getting sore. So I think when you take days off and then come back and walk out, that's when you get sore. So if I just always walk out, then I don't really have an issue with getting sore. Yeah, I usually try to walk out at night too. Well, I guess I always walk out at night. I've done it where I walk out in the morning and then I go play, and then like the last gas would build up, everything just kind of feels funky for me. So
interesting, yeah.
It doesn't work for me, so I don't know.
4 feet OB.
Oh no! Dang it! You'll pin high though.
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
That's the positive, yeah. A quick little knee putt to start the day.
No, not even close. When I'm home, I lift either at 8:30 or 10:30, depending on which one's earlier and like as a session open with my trainer.
Okay.
And so I'm just like, might as well do that here. Right. Like, kind of see how it works. I mean, I haven't played any tournaments since I've been lifting really consistently, so it's hard to say if it's gonna work or not.
If you're used to lifting in the morning and then playing after, and that's what your body gets used to, I think it makes a lot of sense to kind of keep it with that.
I know, so we'll talk about it, probably on the back nine, we'll talk about training. We'll just get through a couple holes, hopefully, and I can focus in and play instead of talking as much, but like we train very differently. Like I go to a trainer who does performance-based, like kind of some CNS stuff. Okay. Some stuff that's just really, it's very sport-specific training. Figuring out how is it weak, which division do we need to work it in, doing that, and then doing like the big compound lifts. And so every day, like yesterday, deadlifts and dumbbell bench. Today I did squats and dumbbell incline, and like so I'm doing compounds every day as well as like little ancillary stuff all the time.
Interesting,
and
nice.
And it's much more like
probably really good.
Eccentric, isometric, eventually concentric, and like fast. These weeks are just pause reps, and so it's like just getting blood into the muscles and tendons, and then like some heaviness, but it's not like fatiguing like hypertrophy work would be, where I'm just pumping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I would never do that.
No, who would do that? Well, I'm just saying it's a difference.
It is, yeah.
Not that one is right or wrong. Nice. I've doubled every hole so far.
Yeah, I mean, that is interesting. Like, I've definitely thought about like more functionality type stuff or more mobility, stretching type. The only thing is, like, I don't know. I honestly don't think walking out has a whole lot of benefit. Not to like offend anyone that's on tour, but there's a lot of guys on tour that are really skinny and they throw fuller than I do. And I don't think it's just technique. So I don't think it. I don't know. I think being in shape should help a lot as far as the longevity side of it. Time will tell.
Yeah.
You know.
Throwing forehand again?
Forehand again. Dude, this course is like this. I'm throwing the same disc the same way on the last 3 holes now. One big Z nuke, trying to go over this green. Oh, a little right. Oh, lift it. Oh boy.
Go to the highway?
That might be on the highway.
Is there no B-line over there?
I think there is, but I think it's a fence, so hopefully I'm not too high. But I might be.
Maybe I'm gonna throw a dynasty up the middle. I don't know. This is such a touchy middle shot right now.
It is. Yeah.
You almost want to take a big turnover instead, but
the high shot's scary too, though, with the wind. I mean, like just with what happened to mine.
Everything's scary with the wind, dude. You see my score?
Fade.
Fade.
Fade. That's a good shot. Oh, it's a really good shot. Wow, okay, heck yeah.
Oh my gosh.
6 shots in, that's all I needed.
What do you think is the most important part of your game right now for you to overcome the hump of being in contention all these weeks, but not taking it home?
Honestly, I don't really think I have a whole lot of, I don't know if there was a way to pinpoint it. Like, I've had some really, really good tournaments that I just haven't quite won yet. Obviously, like, the goal is to get a win and get over the hump, but the way I played in Texas States, I definitely played good enough to actually win. And the way I played in Jonesboro for at least the second 2 rounds was definitely good enough to win as well. So I think it kind of just comes down to having 3 really good rounds in a row, and my game's in a really good spot. So it's just like, I feel like it's bound to happen. I don't need to necessarily rush it, but I also want to win as fast as possible. There he is, getting more coated, get that heart rate up again.
Oh no, that's a bad idea. That's the worst idea you just had. Scooby-Doo. Man, putting this weekend's gonna be a different beast.
Yeah. Full body. Oh my goodness.
These baskets, dude. I find that answer very interesting. One, I think it makes a lot of sense. It's like impossible for anybody in our sport to capture, or any sport, to capture every victory that they ever have like come to.
Yep. It kind of just comes down to having the right shots line up for the full weekend. It's honestly part of this game is luck, just in the sense of how often you throw good shots. You know, so like if with this tee shot, let's say I'm 80% likely to hit the fairway. If I throw a tee shot and it goes OB, that's kind of unlucky a little bit. If you go to a hole where it's like super difficult and I'm like 20% likely to hit the gap and poke it or whatever, and I hit the gap and poke it, that's kind of lucky in a sense. So
yeah,
I don't know. It kind of just comes down to just having it line up. So
yeah, this disc has hurt me, and I might let it hurt me again.
Oh, what a lot! Flip! Wow! Dig! Nice shot.
That was really loud. Sorry.
I've thrown this disc twice in my life, so see how stable it is.
That's nice, dude.
Wow,
really
that
nice.
is one of the most oval stable onyxes I've ever thrown in my life. That is so nice. That's not going to come out. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is crazy.
So oval stable. What's up, man? I tried to walk 700 feet right to get my disc that I threw OB.
Probably 850, honestly. That was a long shot.
Oh man, what a sport. See, now that's not unlucky. That's just a bad shot. I should have known that sprinkler was there whatever I hit.
You should have.
I didn't take course notes when I played yesterday. That's disappointing.
Well, that's what today's for.
It is. That was good stability. Oh yeah, that's a good putt. That's a good shot. You got a little putt.
Wow, I need to throw something way faster than that. This is kind of still a tough up shot.
It is. Luckily I have the Zone OS, which is the most oval stable disc of all time. Which is like basically a win cheat code. Oh boy. Oh boy! Good thing I have the Zone GT, which is basically a win cheat code.
Are you gonna give me back all those strokes?
I can't hear anything.
I'm like outside circle 2 up here.
That's up.
Woo!
Man.
What a putt!
That's one of the best putts of my life, I think.
That was incredible.
A little 20-foot putt, one of the best putts of my life.
What'd you take there?
Oh man. You would like to know, wouldn't you? Triple bogey, I'm full of them.
So I'm 6 to 4. I took par.
Pretty close now.
It's closer than I expected after that start. Big skip. Come on.
Inbounds is almost always pretty good when you have the headwind holes. Oh boy. Straight
That's good.
OB left.
That's really good.
That's
perfect.
short.
Do you ever put a number in your head before your rounds? How do you tend to attack the course?
Definitely, I try not, well, I don't try not to, but I don't try to. If I put a number on the head, I feel like it can't ever do good. So if I start out too slow, then I might be pissed off that I'm like not gonna get there or whatever. And that might affect me. Or if I start off harder than I expected to, now I might subconsciously sabotage myself to get back that number anyway. So
I've done it a lot before. It's like I have a number in my head. I'm like, oh, I want to get to 4 or 6, and then you're like 3 down through 5 holes, and you're like, oh well, I don't have to do anything now.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think the best thing I can do is just try to always be present in the actual shot. If I can be, which is hard to do, obviously, but if you can just like go for the shot that you have in front of you, it's probably the best. Nice. It's a good layout. The layouts are key out here too. They're not as easy as they look. This could be huge.
Should probably run as hard as you can.
Yeah. Oh, you said it, not me. You gotta jam the putts when it's windy out. You know, full sends only, like I said. The only problem is if you miss the basket, it's OB by like 50 feet, you know? I'm gonna use my full 30 seconds, y'all. Holy smokes.
I think that's safe.
Definitely not safe. Straight OB. I saw it, like, it got like a right skip.
Oh, it got a right skip?
Yeah, it got kind of like a straight right skip.
A part of like this, the like masochistic side of me or sadistic, whichever one it is that hates yourself, I kind of love like playing rounds in these.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It makes the next round feel so much more fun. So it's like you just gotta get through it.
Well, it's a lot more like decision making too. When it's really difficult conditions, you have to like pay attention to what you're doing.
Yeah,
which is kind of a good thing. That's good. Yeah, I always got masochist and sadistic mixed up in my head.
Well, you use those terms so much.
Well, exactly. That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's just like it's easy to misplace them.
Yeah, of course. How'd you get it right?
I googled it. I googled it like a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh, okay. I was saying this wrong the whole time.
A couple weeks ago. What happened a couple weeks ago?
I don't know. We have random conversations and stuff comes up, and I was like, what am I saying? You know, and then it's like, oh, I'm not. This is the wrong one. I'm using the wrong one. Because masochist, it's a big difference. Like masochist is you hate yourself, or like you like pain. You like pain for yourself, and sadistic is you like other people pain. There's just no chance of that being good. 0% chance I get up and down. What gap do you like on this shot?
I like being a little further and just going straight.
Okay, like up the middle, yeah.
Especially in this one, it's like, if you miss that tree that's like kind of on the right side, the right guardian, either side, you got putt.
Yep.
Oh my. Get stable, come on.
I got stable, wow. That's impressive that's stabled up.
Yeah, that one's pretty, that's a pretty beefy one.
This one's going zone GT again.
Nice upshot.
Tap ins, that's what you want on a day like this.
Do you have trouble slowing down your shots, or is that something?
It's actually gotten so much better lately. My final round here this last weekend wasn't very good for that, but the previous rounds there was a lot of like up shots, like puddle up shots in the woods, and my touch game has actually really improved a lot. So I'm getting a lot more comfortable with it.
Nice.
Hit it.
No lift. Consistent. We're both gonna eagle this with some really big Parker Welk forehands.
Yeah.
994 all the way down there. We got an interesting wind. Tail right to left.
Parker Welk's going forehand eagle on this hole, which is just like.
Well, forehand birdie.
Oh.
It went OB the one time.
Oh, okay, okay.
But
that makes me feel a little bit better.
Well, it was 3 shots.
That's crazy.
He just went OB. So just throw it right for some reason? Thank you, wind,
I
maybe?
might push with the wind.
Oh my gosh. That's the most undeserved inbound shot I've ever thrown in my life.
Yeah, man, you played the wind right. You took notes. You played the wind right. I might have to aim the same spot now.
I'm going to take it. Are you worried about that skipping?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, a little bit. I'm worried about it bouncing. That took like a bounce. That was wild. I'm also worried about every other situation if I throw a yellow disc, so it's like, that's my, I wore the least with that shot, I think. Yeah, as soon as it, like, that's crazy. As soon as it gets a little anty, it just knocks it down. Oh my gosh.
Come back, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dang it.
I was smashed. I might even go swarm on this hole.
Think so?
Instead of cabbage wrap.
Oh, let me feel it.
What do you think that compares to? Nothing, because it's a unique disc that only Discraft makes. Nobody else has any other disc. That's like
this isn't similar to anything I've ever touched before in my life.
It actually, I think it is actually kind of unique.
Yeah, I think it's
like a Buzz OSOS.
It's like a little flatter, a little more blunt anvil.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And a little wider. I mean, brand loyalty, you know what I mean?
Fair. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's no other disc in the world for you.
Yeah, these are the only ones I see. They're the only ones I need because it's going to go inbounds, right? Ooh, that disc's actually my least favorite disc now. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That's not going to stable in on fast
Get out of
enough.
it, please! Oh, that was so far.
I'm going Nuke OS, so I'm chipping. I'm going chip.
I mean, this hole, when I got here, I was like surprised by how much it feels almost like a musket birdie if you just like play safe shots.
Yeah, I can remember my full scope goals on 2-0. I was playing like a big aggressive backhand, trying to get way up here, and it's just so hard to hold this fairway. If you just chip up, and then chip up, you should give yourself a chance.
Yeah, like those trees are way closer, and then it's like 270 in from there.
Yeah. A lot of the times too, on a course like on courses like this, I actually a decent amount of like 12 courses now. A lot of the times it's almost trying to make sure you don't bogey, sometimes more so than trying to bogey, because like a bogey's worse than a bogey is good, if that makes sense. So like staying in bounds is so important.
That's what it would be for.
I think it's that disc, man. Every time you throw that disc forehand, it's not good, and every time you throw a different disc forehand, it's like pretty solid.
This is one of the things where I know that this is a backhand for me, but the right shot's a forehand.
Right.
And so I'm like, no, I'm gonna do the right shot. And it's just not it for me.
You're saying like, like the right shot for the quals versus the right shot for real games.
Yeah, like that's perfect.
That is great. It's kind of like, do you want to score good now, or do you want to like improve your game in the long term, you know?
Yeah.
It's like if you work on the forehand more now, then at some point your ceiling's gonna be higher. Whereas right now you might score better just sticking to the backhands.
Yeah. I think it's something too where I can train the forehand this week, but not throw it during the tournament.
Exactly.
And get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, 100%.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's a putt. Circle 2.
It's really short, but it's fine. Yeah. That one came out really clean. Check. Pull back. Come on, wind. Help him out.
It's the slower forehands. Anything I try to throw hard.
Yeah.
And I think I need to throw my distance drivers hard, but I just need to throw them smooth.
Right.
You know?
It's probably one of those things too, as you get more reps in, like building it up from slower, it'll just kind of, you can continually add more speed to it. Let's go!
That is such a good putt, dude.
Do you see how that caught though? This is one of the ring is caught on the bolt.
Yeah.
When that hit, it's just like so much tension on this one right here.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. And then it just shot it straight down. Nice. I mean, kind of nice. Like walk through the back block for the speed I put on the disc. Oh, it was so close, dude. Oh! Now I can do the joke that Aaron always does.
What's that?
With pushing my biceps out. He always makes fun of me. I'm like, I don't even do that.
So how do you approach training in like the fitness side of disc golf? Because disc golf isn't known as being the most athletic sport. Maybe you're gonna be pushed that direction.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But how do you approach it personally?
I think the main benefit that fitness plays in disc golf is probably injury prevention standpoint. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I haven't gotten like super geeked out about like all the mobility functionality stuff. Like the disc golf strong stuff is probably really good. But I haven't really got into it. I kind of just do most of like hypertrophy stuff, more aesthetic lifting really than like I'm just super vain, you know. No,
I mean that's what I've told the whole entire round.
But yeah, I mean I want to build my body to the best of it like I can. When I started working out, aesthetics are definitely a big part of it, you know. I guess that's probably yeah, that's my answer.
No, that makes sense. I think hypertrophy, one of the great things about it, just higher rep ranges in general than like traditional strength work is you're putting so much blood through your tendons.
Right. Oh, it's too high. Wow.
Good flag.
See, and this is why we need flags on every single basket. I love that.
Woo.
Nice, good save.
I don't deserve to get the same score as you on that hole.
That's disc golf though, man. Miss a putt and get the same score as somebody who like shanked a tee shot or whatever, but at the same time it's like putting.
Do you have any examples of that ever happening? You're putting so much blood through your tendons that you're helping to strengthen your tendons, which is where a lot of like the injuries do come. So it's very helpful for the injury prevention side of things.
Well, and I feel like just having a stronger base. Like if my shoulder is strong and my chest is strong, my back is strong, my biceps strong, triceps strong, it kind of just covers the joint. You know, it's like my shoulder should probably be a little more stable. This is so small. I mean, he's really big. He's a really big total. He's a normal size total. Look at his personality.
Yeah, he's got a really good personality.
Really good personality.
It's actually pretty big, honestly.
Oh my gosh. He's so small. I mean, yeah, whatever. Where you going? Okay. That's so cute. Jeez. So I feel like I do a pretty good job with all the, I don't know, with protecting all that stuff with the hypertrophy that I do.
Yeah. Same spot. Is the point of having such big biceps so that you can brace your throw super effectively, because as you pull through you need to stabilize with your bicep and that needs to be part of your brace. Is that the reason that you got such big biceps? I think that's just genetics. I don't know, honestly. Is that how you throw so far, big biceps? Is that the answer? I think my biceps have very little to do with my distance. I don't know. Also, I'm actually trying to get bigger biceps for the sake of disc golf, so. Skip it. Sit. Oh, wow, what a backstop. Maybe for forehand a little bit. Let's see. Forehand it has to compress a little bit, but then it'd be more tricep. You know, like the bicep. Well, the bicep is a rotator as well as your chest. So as you come through, your chest and your bicep rotate to finish the throw. Yeah. So you got big biceps to throw forehands. Maybe. Yeah. Those actually, like for the first for a long time, 2 or 3 years of tour, I didn't really hit biceps at all. Like. Specifically, like I would just do like, you know, the stuff I would do and it would hit it kind of as a side thing. So I guess the question everyone wants to know, how do I get as many steroids as you take? No, I don't know anything about steroids. I'm just kidding. No. If I was on steroids, I would hope I don't look like this. It's way easier to have a physique like this if you take steroids. Like, have you seen the studies where it's like they had a study where they had 3 groups. You probably heard about this, but they had, you know, 1 takes steroids and does nothing, 1 takes steroids, walks out, 1 just walks out. Yeah.
And the one that just took steroids and didn't even work out beat the group that did not that walked out.
That worked out.
And
it's it's crazy.
Steroids is better than lifting.
Yeah.
It's like I'm so anti-steroids. Like I care way too much about health.
Yeah.
And that's the reason. That's part of the reason I work out too. Is like I want to be in shape. And so it's like I'm plant-based. I try not to like.
Yeah.
If I take steroids and I'm down, I'm 50. Like I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's
so
not
I guess that moves into, obviously the working out is important. I think that. I think working out, especially getting into disc golf later, I think it's going to be super important, especially from like a performance standpoint.
Yeah.
If you can't move in specific ways that the disc golf throw is optimal to move in, you should learn how to move in those ways. That's kind of what I'm trying to do with the way that I'm lifting, because I started without being able to move in all of the movement patterns that you need.
Yeah.
Whereas basically everybody in tour started,
just playing
like we were talking about, playing disc golf prepubescent, so that their bodies were still developing, so they were still able to move in all the movement patterns. They didn't have time to mess it up yet.
Their bodies develop into like a disc golf.
Exactly.
Disc golf.
And when you're moving in a pattern, your body wants to continue moving in that pattern. And so you play disc golf and you continue playing disc golf. It's not like you're gonna lose that movement pattern because you're using it all the time. Oh, we got a good backstop over here. Wow. Nuke OS right into him. That was perfect. Wow. I'm just gonna sit down for a couple minutes. That was crazy.
Nuke OS spike Heiser, let's go.
I don't know if I have a fairway I want to lose. Should I just throw a Heiser with this disc, and if I lose it, I lose it?
Yeah. Yes.
This one could be gone.
You should accidentally throw that in the water.
Very accidentally. What the? I wanted to lose that disc, dang it.
You didn't? You might get that back. Oh my gosh, that hit the...
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna ace this right now. We got 2 different camera angles and a gallery. Oh, I threw it too far right.
Dang.
That's probably the most like annoyed I'd be with a made island, you know?
Yeah, you're just at the drop zone. Why are you so flippy, dude?
I'm chilling, man. I'm done, I think.
Yeah, I'm so done losing discs.
See, then they bait me into it, though, and it's like, then I have to.
I'll throw one.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I have no, pure pressure always gets to me. Like, I don't actually, I never stand up for myself. That's actually really not bad, but. That's gonna turn. Thanks, guys!
I'm just literally throwing the discs that I was gonna take out of my bag today.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
That's all I'm throwing.
Perfect.
Oh, dang.
Wow, there you go.
Maybe that almost did.
Why do you say it like that, Alden?
Just go ahead and go up there and make it.
What's this?
Just want to see. Just want to get a nice view of it.
Is this illegal? Is this an illegal stance? Like, would you call me on this? I'll go, go.
I'll call you on that.
You don't ever call me, Alden. Why don't you ever call me? Do you play in Crocs, dude?
I do.
Is that like a conscious decision, or does it just happen?
It's a conscious decision.
You just want to give us a chance?
Yeah, they have really good tread.
It's very interesting. Pretty cool.
See that tread right there?
Wow, that's
cool,
impressive,
man.
honestly.
The more surface area, the better.
Yeah.
So board flat.
So when one of you guys...
That was going to be 50 feet out there. Oh, the classic under adjustment. And we're back.
When one of you guys puts one in, if you could just like swim down a little bit, and my disc is still floating.
Sorry, man.
OIP.
Was that your favorite nebula?
No. It was an ESP. It was an ESP 12 series, signature series Ezra Aderhold nebula from Discraft.
Do you feel good about yourself that you made
This one was safe.
I didn't do it. I didn't say anything.
Dude, I did.
They bullied me. No, they bullied me actually. They bullied me into doing it, and I felt like if I didn't do it, I would get a wedgie.
I definitely.
And that's the only reason that I threw that
did
shot.
not yell one more.
I'm scared. I'm actually terrified.
That's not me.
And then it moves into like kind of the health and lifestyle work.
Right.
Obviously, working out is important. Disc golf in and of itself can be a workout, especially when you come out in this wind and you're having to walk up hills against 40 miles an hour wind. It's trying to blow me away because I'm like 2 feet tall. But the other parts of your fitness regimen, because you work out at the night times, 5-6 days a week, you're saying.
Yep.
How do you like to eat and supplement to go along with that?
Yeah, so for eating, I pretty much never eat breakfast, so I pretty much eat lunch and supper. Yeah, I don't like coffee.
What is wrong with you?
So many things. You just played a full round with me. You should know there's a lot of things wrong with me.
Well, I was just looking up to you the whole time with like starstruck eyes.
So technically, I intermittent fast with like an 8-hour window of eating, I think. But it's not like a conscious decision. It's just kind of like I don't want to eat breakfast. I eat lunch. My diet is very basic. It's just I eat a lot of tacos, beans, pinto beans, hot sauce, and shells, and then I eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Why are you plant-based?
Why am I plant-based? It's health reasons. Yeah, it's mostly like a longevity health thing. I think studies show that high percentage of plant-based diet is the best for longevity. You know, so like I want to be healthy as long as I can be. You know, like I don't want to be 60. If I live to 80, if I'm 50 years old, I don't want to be like hooked up to a machine from 50 to 80. I want to be healthy until I die.
Yeah.
And so that's a big reason why I'm plant-based. And then also I was raised plant-based, so that obviously is a big part of it. And so my taste buds I don't crave anything that's not plant-based either. Like I don't really like the dairy or the meats or anything like that. So that makes it easier. It does really well for me. Yeah. And those other pro athletes and other sports that are plant-based, and it also does really well for them. So.
Yeah. Do you do any sort of supplementation?
The only supplement I take is creatine. Yeah. So I do take creatine. That's one of the.
It's like basically the only like everyone agrees this is good for you. Like just take it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then as a plant-based person too, it's like we don't really get any creatine from plant food, which like your body creates some a little bit on its own, but that for plant-based it definitely helps.
Appreciate you playing with me.
Thanks for having me on, dude.
I'm sorry I'm appreciate you playing with me, and I'm sorry that you had to play with me.
No, dude, I shot over par today. Like I don't know. As a pro, like I don't know. I know people care about like, playing bad and stuff. Yeah. But it's like, I mean, like if you play somebody bad, you probably don't care at all, right? Yeah. So it's like if you ever have a chance to play with somebody that's a different skill level or whatever, they probably don't care about that, So like, don't be embarrassed if it's bad. I mean, I've had the same feelings too. Like when I was coming up in the sport, it's like you want to obviously play good. But thanks for having me on, though. Congrats on all the success with the channel and Infinite and everything like that. I mean, I think I can remember back when you started making disc golf content. You were kind of one of the first like off tour people to like make a bunch of disc golf content on YouTube. So it's really cool to see you kind of break into that space. Like now there's a bunch more people kind of following along. So it's pretty sweet to see.
Go buy his stuff. It'll all be linked down below. Any like specific shops to shout out?
I mean, Discraft, Squatch, disc golf bags, and then OTB discs as well. Sweet. Any of those helps me out. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.